I've amazed myself and I am back. Yesterday I was violated, strapped into a chair, fed drugs, and had 5 of my teeth ripped out.
Yeah. And what are you doing, mate? He doesn't deserve that.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
Also, that's a long drive.
I had 4 removed, and I was bedridden for 2 weeks. What the hell, man?
I've got a high pain tolerance.
Yeah, he's used to this shit.
Also, the worst part is I can't drink alcohol at the moment.
Can't or won't?
Not allowed.
What do you think, Dan?
I want to.
Sounds like wimp talk to me, mate.
Evidently not allowed to drink soft drink or alcohol for a few days.
Soft drink
You can't drink soft drink. Oh,
Wait,
because it's fizzy?
did Hannah tell you this, or did the doctor tell you
The
this?
dentist told me this.
Okay.
Is it because it's fizzy, or is it because it's sugary? Because you're drinking fucking green, cooler flavored cordial. I can tell.
I'm assuming because it's fizzy.
What is cooler? I mean, I know it's green. I assume it's lime.
Our American listeners aren't even going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just a flavor of green stuff we have in Australia.
They have cordial there, don't they?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think they don't have cordial, and they also don't have cooler. Well, they have coolers that you put your beer in, but
Do you have Tang?
Tang, I don't think so.
It's a little bit like Kool-Aid, where you make a drink,
Yeah, but Kool-Aid's
Tang,
flavored water.
Hey there,
powder.
Tang. Is Tang an Australian thing? I don't even know.
No, I think Tang's what the astronauts had. I think it's an American thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a space thing. They have it on the moon.
Yeah. They have that up there on America.
Up here on our high horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
We do.
I've got to stop playing with my stitches.
Oh, Matt, I wanted to ask you.
Go on.
Oh, he's stitched up too. No. We can keep talking about Luke's medical stuff for a bit.
Oh, you know how when you got something in your mouth and your tongue will just automatically go to it?
Yeah,
I've got stitches and my tongue automatically goes to the stitches.
we've
It
got-
Told
feels
that's a good
weird.
thing.
We can talk about Kevin Spacey later if you want.
Yeah, maybe that's an after party thing.
Maybe
that's a good tease for the after party because I've actually got something to add to that too.
Have you?
I do.
All right.
You got a story to add to the Kevin Spacey issue? I'm
Yes,
interested.
I do. Something that I found out this week that I was not happy about. So, listeners, if you want to hear what I am not happy about this week, go to patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm and become a patron.
That means you're not allowed to talk about anything you're not happy about in the main show.
Yeah. You have to love everything we talk about now.
There's quite a few things that I'm quite happy about
good.
that we can talk about this week. There's 1 or 2 things that I'm a bit miffed about. But Matt, I was listening to a podcast. I guess most of the podcasts I listen to are British or American, right? So it's kind of 50-50 chance it's going to be one or the other. This particular one was American, and they started talking about what we in Australia call mandarins, which what in Asia they just call oranges.
Yeah, they're clementines.
So what do you call them in America where you are now, Matt?
I'm pretty sure they call them clementines because every time someone says, "Do you want a clementine?" I'm like, "That's a mandarin," and yeah, I do.
Sure. So
yeah.
I think it's probably regional because America's bigger than Europe, so
Yeah.
things change. But the podcast
And
I listen to that's bigger and better and freer, way freer, is from West Virginia, and they call mandarins cuties.
Cuties. I've heard that.
That's
I've
not.
never heard that before, and I was like, "Oh, cuties!"
That's that Netflix series that was a bit controversial.
It was
wasn't it?
banned. Yeah. Right.
'Cause-
Yeah.
'cause
So when you say, "Oh, I love cuties," "Oh, I love just peeling them back, sinking myself in,"
it's sort of
getting
like
the
when we
juices
talk
all
about-
over my
I
face.
thought we were talking
It's
about
sort
Kevin
of
Spacey in the after party.
I said I'm only talking about stuff I like.
It's like when we talk about little boys here.
Oh God, no. What's that?
Wild. What? Luke must be on something. He's gone wild.
The small Frankfurts.
I don't
They're
call
little
those little
boys.
boys, you perv.
Hang on a minute. Who calls them that?
That's what they're called.
No, it's
No,
not.
that is a thing.
No, it's not.
You boil up little little frankfurts.
I know what you're talking
You boil
about.
them up and you dip in
You mean the
butter
mini
sauce.
half-size hot dogs?
Yeah, they're little boys.
No, please
And
never
next
call
time
them
you
that
buy
again.
some of those, I want you to look on the packet, and if it says little boy, send me a photo because I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe you either. And I think anyone who does call them that needs to have a long, hard look at their hard drive.
A little. That's what they're called in New South Wales.
And you're not. Oh yeah, all right. Speaking of podcasts, I keep forgetting to mention this. We listened to one the other week because we remember when true crime podcasts were kind of a big thing, and then now they kind of all fizzled out. Right? There's not a whole lot of good in my opinion.
We talked about all the crimes, Matt.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They're
is that what
scraping
happened?
the bottom of the barrel now.
Yeah. So like, you know, every time I say, "Oh, this one's pretty good," I'm like, you know, it's fine. Right.
Same.
I got one for you.
Okay.
It's called "Who Shat on the Floor at My Wedding."
Ah, yes.
What?
Hannah has listened to this. I'm going right
Way
now.
better than I expected.
Is that what it's called?
I think it's called "Who Shat on the Floor at My Wedding," and it's two women who were married in Amsterdam on a houseboat, on a boat, a party boat,
Subscribe.
and somebody did a shit on the floor at the wedding, and their friend who's a Kiwi, so she's got a funny Kiwi accent, which helps, and she's very funny,
Definitely helps.
which also helps.
Comedy, yeah.
Is the detective, and they literally just interview people who are at the wedding. And
But just to be
ask
clear, she's not a detective.
No.
no.
Internet detective.
Yeah.
They cover that. They cover her qualifications.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But it goes.
Okay, great.
It gets absurd.
This is multiple episodes?
Yes.
They bring in specialists. They got a forensic specialist in to talk about stuff. And then I'm not joking. My favorite episode so far was one where they had to get a submarine expert in to talk about submarines. And I'm not even going to tell you why.
Please don't. I'm
It's
gonna
fucking hilarious.
experience this myself.
And this guy was just went with it. So
Okay, I'll take that recommendation.
it's good.
What is Project Hail Mary, and why should I care?
Oh, okay. It's a book, right? By Andy Weir, the author of The Martian.
The Martian, yeah.
And I bought this on Audible, or got it as part of my subscription ages ago, just on the basis that it was written by Andy Weir. And I loved The Martian and Artemis. Artemis was his second book. And I got it, and I hadn't listened to it, and I didn't know anything about it, really. And the other day, I was mowing the lawn, and I didn't have a podcast to listen to, so I put Project Hail Mary on, and it is fucking incredible, right? And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know anything about it, and I implore you to just read it or listen to it, whatever you want to do. Just if you liked The Martian and that style, one of the complaints I've seen about this book is it's just the same character in a different scenario.
That's fine.
I don't care.
enjoyed that. No, that's fine.
I don't care. And this is the summary I'll give you. This is actually, I'm quite happy with the way that they summarize this on the internet, right? Because they don't tell you too much. Project Hail Mary is a 2021 science fiction novel by American novelist Andy Weir. Set in the near future, it centers on a junior high school teacher turned astronaut, Ryland Grace, who wakes up from a coma afflicted with amnesia. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Purchased.
I mean, that, yeah, me too. So,
Just
I
got it.
haven't finished it, but so far it's fucking incredible.
great. No, I'll take that recommendation for sure. That sounds excellent.
Whether or
Love
not I
it.
listen to it's a different thing, but I do have it now.
No, I'm looking for something to read/listen to, so that sounds good to me.
Loving it.
I've just been listening to Blackadder again.
I mean, listening to Blackadder,
Yeah, I've got an
not
Audible.
watching. Oh, right.
Well, that's the thing about that show. It's funny even without seeing
Do they
it. They're not
reread,
visual
or is it
gags.
literally just
like-
the
it's just
audio?
It's just the episode's audio.
It's like when I was a kid and I just used to tape
You to tape.
audio from the TV on
too.
a cassette so I could listen to it in the car.
I might have even done that with Blackadder, to be honest.
My dad being very confused because it was like some Daffy Duck sketch, which is visual comedy.
Yeah. But you're laughing at all the
'Cause I know
funny
what he's
bits. Yeah,
I,
exactly.
I know what he's doing, and I'd be laughing hysterically in the car. My dad was like, "Something wrong with this fucking kid."
That's right.
But you just know it.
Yeah.
Like you just
Yeah.
And
I used
they're
to do
not
that
all
because-
visual gags, so it works.
Well, I never used to have a VCR or TV in my bedroom. So
No, God no.
Like I taped Robin Hood Prince of Thieves onto a cassette and then used to just play it in my room so that I could just visualize the film. I also had to edit it down to 90 minutes because they were 90-minute tapes. So I had to decide which bits I didn't want.
I should do that with more movies.
Look, speaking of audio, I've got this here, and I think I should drop this in now.
All
so this is a bit of follow up. I'll introduce it before we listen to it. Last week in the after party. So if you're a regular listener, you would have missed out on this. All the more reason to get into the after party. We discussed how Sarah Silverman.
I should put the link in the thing. Anyway, yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, Sarah Silverman, comedian, is suing OpenAI.
Yes.
Because they she feels that they have included her comedy material in their algorithm.
It's learning.
Lets you could theoretically generate your own Sarah Silverman comedy routine.
Yeah.
So I did, right?
Oh.
So I went to ChatGPT and I said, write me a comedy routine in the style of Sarah Silverman about having your material stolen by OpenAI. And instantly, as if it had already had it prepared, it spat out what I would call comedy gold. And so I then took that transcript.
Sarah Silverman would call the intellectual problem.
Plagiarism, yeah. So then I took that one step further just to piss Sarah Silverman right off and took it to 11 Labs and got a text-to-voice sample to actually perform said comedy routine.
This could be the episode we finally get sued. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
that's right. Yeah, I also planned to put like a laugh track in this, and I just couldn't be asked. So,
All right.
you decide if it's funny. We'll laugh.
Here we go.
All right.
Everybody. So let me tell you about this wild thing that happened to me the other day. I found out that AI has been stealing my work. Can you believe it? Like, I thought I was the one stealing jokes, but now they're stealing from me. It's like a comedy inception. I mean, at first I didn't know what to make of it. I thought I was just having a senior moment where I forgot my own jokes, but then it hit me. These sneaky algorithms are like those little kids who copy their big sister's homework. But let's set some ground rules here, AI. You can have my jokes, but hands off my Twitter account. I don't want to wake up to some robot tweeting about its love for unicorn-shaped waffles. Hey, everybody. So
Amazing,
let me tell you about this wild thing that happened to me the other day.
See, I also think they're also taking a bit of a dig at her as that as well, saying she steals her jokes. Like, that's
It's like, yeah, ChatGPT's just sneaking in a little thing like that.
Yeah, that's right.
A little bit of what about is
Yeah, we think you think you're stealing from us. That's But see,
I gotta say, that's not only amazing that ChatGPT wrote that, but that's pretty convincing. Sarah Silverman.
yes.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And to be clear, what I did was I took one of her stand-ups, I edited out the laugh track so it was just her voice. I input it into 11 Labs, and then it went syncing, and then everything I type now, it sounds like Sarah Silverman.
I don't like it. I really don't like it.
What are you making her say, Dan?
Well, actually, I've made her say some other stuff for sure, but
I was going to say, there's not a lot you can make her say that she didn't say already on her.
Hold on.
Part of the show. So, pretty edgy back in the day.
Yeah, but you can like. Yeah, I still don't. I don't like where this is going. This is why I think the writer's strike. This is the reason why we've got the writer's strike and the actor's strike at the moment.
Because of Dan.
Because I copied.
Because of Dan.
I should have had this queued up.
Another one.
Luke, I'm popping one in. It's a very
He
quick
thought
one.
this was going too far, and then I've encouraged him now. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Luke.
yeah. No, because I thought, look, maybe you would think this is not Sarah Silverman-y enough, right? So I also just got her to say some stuff that I thought maybe sounded a bit more like her.
Okay. Oh, I'm nervous about this. All right. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I've got the file. I'm just saving it, and then I'll upload it. All right.
While you're doing that, I just want to say our first video podcast last week seems to have been a success. If you like it, let us know. You can now watch the show on YouTube. And you're probably watching this right now if you're seeing it. So,
Some people prefer to make eye contact with us while we do it. while we do the podcast.
Yeah.
Never look me in the eyes while we're doing it.
Thanks.
Well, how would I do that from behind, Luke?
Prescient. You wait till you hear this clip.
All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Sarah Silverman, and I lost my anal virginity to a chimpanzee. At least he said he was a chimpanzee, and he did it with a banana, so far as I know. I mean, I was facing the other way at the time. Hi, I'm Sarah
So to be clear,
That's not ChatGPT. That's just me watching all of her clips and then writing something that I thought sounded like her. It's
I mean,
the other type of plagiarism.
yeah,
Oh,
that's terrifying.
scary world.
So,
And
hang on.
this is just a free thing. This isn't like anything. So
11 Labs isn't free. The text to voice one I pay for. I have a
Okay.
subscription.
That-
but yeah, but how much does Sarah Silverman get of that?
How much does Sarah Silverman cost?
Don't need to know, mate.
Hang on. All right, next week, Dan, you need to get to Oh no, wait, she's on strike probably. Oh, all right, you're off the hook. But once the strike's over, we need to pay Sarah Silverman to say that exact same thing and just see what the difference is.
Yeah, and then weigh up the costs.
Yeah.
And then let Bob Iger know.
Yeah.
Look, a bit of follow up to the writer's strike. Do you guys know that Universal sent out someone to fucking trim all the trees back that the protesters were standing under for shade in the hot Californian sun?
Oh, look.
They've said that was scheduled for trimming anyway.
Yes.
Like, it's pretty funny.
It's just was weird it happens at the same time. But then also,
They were like,
don't
are
really
you fucking
think-
kidding?
I honestly don't think that they would do that on purpose too. I don't know. It seems pretty insane.
I don't know either. I don't know either way.
But you got like more celebrities joining, which is amazing. Like David Duchovny was out there the other day.
You see his sign? The residuals are out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I like that.
And I've been hearing some other stuff. Like people are saying, like someone's talking about the residual she got from appearing on Orange Is the New Black.
Oh yeah.
And it was like $27. And people are going, but you got paid a lot up front for doing it. And I was unknown when I started doing this. I was getting $900 a day, still working another job.
Right.
I didn't have, you don't have that name at the start of your career to get that.
Yeah. People think, oh, it's a lot of money, but you don't work every day. It's not a normal job.
No.
Yes,
You have to do your work, and then it's like you get nothing for like.
Yeah.
months.
There's about 12 actors in the world that make their full living just by acting.
Yes.
And I'll say those like the Rock's just got announced he's going to be getting
They're rolling in it.
paycheck. People think that everyone gets these millions of dollars.
Well, that's what people were mad about the strike. People are like, oh, all these rich celebrities go on strike. No, it's not. I mean, them too, but not most of them make fuck all, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll go film and then they'll go do bartending shift, even though their show might be working actor and their show on television until you get to a certain degree. Yes, so some make too much money, and I think that needs to stop.
Yeah, I mean, there's salary caps in sports and stuff for that reason too. But you're right, and also if you're an actor and you're not currently working, you're broke.
Yes, you have no income.
And I know the Australian entertainment industry is different anyway, but like big name Australian actors work at David Jones on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like if you're not watching them in a show right now, they've got a job, a real job.
Bands too, particularly the bands I like metal bands.
Yeah.
Don't make any money off.
No.
Yeah.
Being in a metal band. If you think you're going to get rich and famous being in a band, a metal band in particular, you're fucking dreaming.
And yes, there is like the
Again, 3 in
the
the world.
1% that those metal bit like Metallica and stuff like that who are living the life, but 99% of the others, no.
Bands that you'd be surprised. And Machine Head, right? You know who Machine Head are? Everybody knows who Machine Head are. They're a fucking enormous metal band, and the lead guitarist works as a mechanic because he doesn't make enough money being in a big fucking metal band like Machine Head. Yeah, and if they can't make enough money, you can't. That's the bottom
that's
line.
right. Exactly.
And so what they're striking to get better pay, and also they don't want their stuff to be sort of automated essentially, but their work used to teach the robot to replace them.
Yeah. Well, we've
That's
got
just
Sarah
fair.
Silverman out of a job today.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a shame.
Which is why I was on record saying I don't like it.
Well, we'll both be out of job soon.
But also, this is. I
I'll
also
just
think it's
podcast.
also
I've
it is a little
tried.
bit different. We don't make money on this podcast. We're not making money
Yeah.
from this. So.
Trying soon. We got nothing. No,
We're
I've
all
tried to
working
make
some
both of you, and I've even Googled how to make 11 Labs sound
How
Australian.
to make the little
It
labs
doesn't
sound
happen.
like Matt and Luke.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
come up.
The funny thing is, it does sound like you. It just sounds like you're putting on an American accent.
Yeah.
I made both of you say the chimpanzee sketch as well.
Yeah, just you'll never be able to digitize my voice. It'll
I'm gonna
never
use that
happen.
exact clip to digitize your voice.
Luke does have a very unique voice, I
He
must say.
does. Yeah. Do you know what the funny thing is? It does some accents, just not others. Doesn't do Australian. It does British.
Yeah.
Matt, it assumes you're American, so it makes you sound American. Luke
Right.
sounds like a Cockney.
Yeah, I've been here too long now. People here say you don't. It's like when it comes up, it doesn't come up that often. But when someone says, "Oh, do I detect a bit of an accent?" and I go, "Oh, yeah, I'm Australian," they go, "Oh, you don't sound Australian," and I'm like,
You're like, what did you think I was then?
Well, "I am."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
thought
not
it was a
lying.
Belgian accent.
like I don't know what to say to that. Like,
Yeah. No, because they think all Australians sound like Russell Crowe.
yeah, well, Steve
Oh,
Irwin.
mate. Yeah. My neighbor said to me recently, can you like put on an Australian accent? And I said, don't I have one? And he was like, no, you don't. I was like, well, okay.
What accent?
Well, I was born here and have lived here all my life, so this
He's
is all you
American,
get.
but and he's like, and I was like, you mean like, g'day, mate, how's it going? He's like, no, it's no good.
See, I do have a habit of I will accidentally not like lean into the accent of the person I'm talking to a little bit.
Sure.
Like I know that I do that.
I
So when I'm
had that-
talking to Americans here, I'm almost certainly leaning into an American accent a bit.
Picking up their cadence a bit. Well, you've kind of got to in order to be understood. I did that in Asia
Sure.
as well. And before you start saying that sounds racist, I don't mean it like that. I mean you just lose the nuance of your own accent
Yeah.
for the benefit of other people.
I was doing it in Scotland. I'd sort of repeat something back, and I'd pick up and
Yeah.
But Hannah has
Give
pointed
me a
out
wee
that
sandwich.
England and American in particular, I think, right? Because I'm here a lot, and in England, you know, my parents were both British, and you know, that's so when I'm over there, I definitely lean into a British. My fucking dad, when we went over to England the first time with my dad, I couldn't understand what he was saying once we got there.
Yeah,
As soon as he
right.
was surrounded by other people from fucking Manchester, he was
'Cause
like,
your dad's got a very Manchester accent to begin with.
"Not to me."
All right,
Hannah
of
calls
course.
me out when we
Yeah,
have like a
Went to a
tradie-
level, and I was like,
Right, yeah.
"What the fuck are you saying?"
when we have like a tradie or someone come over to like do some work on the house. Hannah always calls me out because I'll become more bogan when I'm talking
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah, I used
Same.
to do that too. Yeah. Well, when I worked at the carpet place back many years ago, and they were all like, you know,
Blue collar.
Aussie tradies. I'll be like, "Hey, fucking, how you going, man?"
Yeah, yeah.
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 Don't rate me with a forklift.
God. That's a story for the after party. I think probably told this on this podcast
Oh
before.
no, please, we bring that back for sure.
Two of us have seen a movie this week. I don't know if Luke has seen this movie yet.
I
He's seen some of it.
saw some of it.
Oh, but turned it off in disgust.
I
Ran out of time.
I
got
started
teeth
watching the
pulled?
movie after I got back from the dentist. So I was a little still
You passed
spacey, and then I
That could have been
passed
fun
out.
in
Oh
theory.
no, don't say you were spacey. Okay, we don't use that word anymore.
I was
Not
spaced
enough.
out.
Yeah, I was molesting Anthony Rapp.
But yeah, so I
Allegedly.
don't really know much of the movie except from who's Batman now.
Okay, well, okay.
think I
we
know
can
it.
explain that too. And actually,
Hey, I think you've taken aboard a little too much of what you did see.
Oh,
well, no, but there's an interesting backstory behind that as well.
So we all watched The Flash to varying degrees. Some of us all the way through. Some of us just watched the ending.
I've got to say, guys, I loved this movie. I loved it.
I liked it. I didn't love it. It lost me at a certain point.
Where the fuck did it lose you? All that
It
weird
lost
shit at
me.
the end.
Where okay, I mean, it's been out long enough, right? We're going to do spoilers. I mean, you can watch
everyone knows
stuff
about this
on
movie
TV right now with no issues. So we're going to talk about spoilers. Okay, skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. It lost me when they got what the fuck is her name?
Bruce
Zora?
Wayne.
Zora? No.
Oh,
Zara.
sure.
What's
Supergirl.
the girl's name? I can't remember. Fucking anyway. Once they found her, I was like, oh,
Kara Jor-El.
Kara. Yeah. Once
Because
Zod.
you don't like having a fucking woman in a movie.
No.
No. The one thing you're picking apart this movie is because there's a girl playing Superman.
I promise
Fuck
you,
off.
I had no issues with her. I'd rather look at her than Henry Cavill, to be honest. But and I like Henry Cavill.
I'd like them both, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh my god, have you seen all the interviews popping up now with Henry Cavill because of The Witcher and whatnot? And there's that one of him. It's all the cast of The Witcher, and it's with Felicia Day actually. Luke, you'd like it.
Oh, I might go. Well, find that then.
It's like some nerd show, and she goes, "Oh, what's your nerdy secret?" And then Cavill's like, "It's not really a secret, but I love Warhammer 40,000." And then the guy who plays Jaskier goes, "Oh yeah, I was meaning to tell you. I'm thinking of for my next army, I might start a Necron army." And then Cavill's like, "Okay, yes." And then he gets all excited and stuff, and I was like, "Dude's fucking cool."
That's right. And I also like that he plays it too. That's great. Like,
Yeah. And you can see the two girls going, rolling their eyes.
Yeah.
No, I did
Why
see
we play
that
it,
clip.
It's not your thing.
But I guess when the battle with Zod started, I kind of went cross-eyed.
I must say that was a much smaller part of the movie than the trailer made me believe.
Sure. But it was just felt very like they're in the middle of a desert. There's nothing around.
Yeah, sure.
And it's just like
shooting
people green screened
Cars
onto
on the
this
ground.
desert.
I agree.
It's
Yeah,
just
I
very like boring.
I'm happy you can maybe explain something to me because I did sleep through a lot of the movie. He went back in time to save his mother.
Correct.
How does that change Batman's and Superman's and stuff when they were really there before his mother
Michael
died?
Keaton explains that in a pivotal
They do
scene
explain
with Spaghetti.
With Spaghetti, yeah.
Where
he
he says-
accidentally created a multiverse.
Yeah, so when you go back and change something, and I actually it's quite cool. It's a different kind of take on it. Is that when you change something, it doesn't just change the future; it pivots the timeline, and the past is divergent as well.
Okay.
And that there are inevitable crossovers, but those are essentially coincidences. You're going to get spaghetti in a bowl that crosses over each other. So there are going to be,
That's a good scene, actually.
Yeah, it's excellent. He's like, you've both got Alfreds. They're just
Michael
not the
Keaton
same,
is
but that's
so
to be
good.
expected. He was fantastic in this. And like a lot of what he did was just say lines from the old movie, which is absolutely fine. But actually,
let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. He was just even before they leaned into the Batman stuff, when he was just like a old reclusive Bruce Wayne character, he was great at that too. I really thought that was good.
He was good in this.
Maybe I think I'll watch it again.
The lines in this whole movie was, "Well, if you won't help us, we'll just use his batshit."
Batshit.
Stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so
Literally
look,
made me laugh out loud.
I don't forgive Ezra Miller for their crimes.
That was
However,
Good.
however,
I watched this movie now. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, but like, come on, guys. You went too hard on that.
good at playing the two lead roles, not even one lead role. He is playing two roles against himself. Very good. I thought he did a great job.
Sure.
Still needs to answer for his crimes.
Yeah. He's not going to win an Academy Award.
No.
No, and he's not going to be in the sequel. You know what I mean? Like, and they don't need to do
Well,
another
no
one
one
now.
is. There's not going to be one, right?
Well, yes, and so that's what I was going to say. So, Luke, what's the one thing you took away from this movie?
George Clooney is Batman.
Yeah. So that was a reshoot.
Oh, was it?
Yes. So the gag at the end is he's come back to the present. He fixed the past so that the present happens the way it more or less did, but he still changed one thing to benefit him, but that of course had a knock-on effect, the butterfly effect. And Bruce Wayne pulls up and he gets out and it's George Clooney. Ha, it's a gag. You will not see him in the next movie.
No.
Right? He's not in. That's a joke, right? It was going to be that Michael Keaton gets out of the car, right? but he's expecting to see Ben Affleck.
That's what I thought it was going to be, actually.
Because, and he's like, holy shit. And then Michael Keaton was going to be the Nick Fury character to link all the DC EU films going forward, including Batgirl, which apparently is the reason they scrapped Batgirl, is because they're not doing that continuity anymore. But all through it is Michael Keaton teaching her to be Batgirl.
So Michael Keaton was in Batgirl? I want to see Batgirl even more now.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But that's why. It's because they're scrapping it all.
That's such a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It did make me think. So it does seem like the timelines, when you change the past, it changes everything. But the only people who are going to be different are the people who've been portrayed by different actors in other movies. Everybody else in the world will be the same. Like your mum, your dad, the same.
In fact, they should have made a joke that they recast Billy Crudup as his dad, because Billy Crudup played his dad in the Batman v Superman, not Batman v the Justice League.
Huh? I didn't even remember.
He goes and visits him in jail.
Oh,
and it's Billy Crudup.
Huh? Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, I just thought it was funny that it's Batman and Superman or fucking one of the main characters who's just like not the guy.
Because they were going to use this movie to completely reset their universe, and everything was going to spawn off of this. But they're not going to do that now.
And then James Gunn's like, let's just be blatant about it.
Yeah,
because this was their way to basically recast Affleck as Batman and things like that. Also, their Flashpoint, their reset.
Yeah, it was exactly doing what Flashpoint did to comics.
Batman that he ever got to be was this movie. That sequence.
Yeah. And he said this is the one he really loved playing him. He says, "I think I finally found my footing with Batman."
Yeah, it was good.
Just and now you're fired.
Mm. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention too was the people were complaining about the CGI of the. I thought it was when he was running, and I was confused at first. But I think it's when he gets into the time travel stuff, and you see the people. The people look weird. They're all CGI generated people, cartoony almost.
Yeah,
is that what people meant?
Yes. Yeah. Evidently, that is. Yeah.
Because I mean,
I thought at first
choice because it made it weird. Then that there were all those cameos because they all looked a bit shit. But like, is that why they did it? Was that intentional? Because they couldn't.
I assume that's why. I assume they're not going to make that look realistic, so they make it look stylized instead and make it a style choice.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, claim it's a stylistic choice when technically it's just a
retcon it as a style choice.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, it was intentional because we couldn't make Christopher Reeve.
We couldn't. Yeah.
I did like the Nicolas Cage Superman.
I didn't.
See, they lent into that a bit too much.
I'd watch that movie.
I thought literally Nicolas Cage was going to show up and help or something at some point. And then I was disappointed with what it was because it wasn't.
Also, he still exists. Why are we using a CGI Nick Cave?
Yeah. Well, not only that, there's a whole bunch of fucking actors and actresses who've portrayed these characters who are still alive today and could have shown up.
Could have brought in.
Yes.
And they didn't. They just chose.
Including a Flash.
Not only that, they chose a bunch of dead people that like kids don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Like, who knows that Nicolas Cage was supposed to play Superman apart from us? Like people like us, our age, who knew about it. Like, if you're
it's almost like they put that joke in there just for Kevin Smith.
It's like if you're a kid who watches these CW shows or whatever, and you go see it, you're like, "Fucking, what's Nicolas Cage?"
But then they didn't even try with not Burt Ward. Who am I trying to say?
Adam West.
Adam West. I was so surprised he wasn't there.
It's a paper cutout.
Yeah, quick shot, quick cut. Yeah,
he didn't even move. They didn't even it wasn't a CGI. It was just a picture of him.
Yeah, that could have. That would have been amazing.
You're making a CGI Nicolas Cage.
No, show a still because we own the still or something. I don't know. Maybe it's something.
Yeah, and I think it was actually unnecessary. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't necessary to tell the story other than to justify why.
That scene's apparently gone a bit viral now for people pooping it because it's the movie.
It's not as bad as that. It's not my favorite part of the movie.
What is next now, though? Because they ended on that joke, but what's actually
nothing.
Next?
That continuity is over now.
We're done. The Blue Beetle comes out
starting completely new.
continuing on.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking weird thing to
Yeah,
start.
Blue Beetle. That's
It was half done though, I believe, right? That's not a James Gunn written or anything.
but that's going to be a new starting off their new universe. Blue Beetle, a character that no one knows about.
Yep.
And I couldn't even make it through this trailer. Boring as fuck.
Bodes well.
What is the Blue Beetle?
Don't know. It's something that takes over a host and it picks this kid and turns him into the Blue Beetle.
Oh, one other thing that bugged me in The Flash. Him recreating... So
Yes, I know.
he got his powers in a certain way, right? The fact that they can kind of half-assed give him powers, like, why can't
But then they didn't anyway, because then Supergirl's like, I'll just give you your powers. And like, sorry.
Well,
Is that a power you have to just...
flew him up to get hit by lightning, which when he already had the chemicals.
Not just any electricity makes him powerful. Like that's
that's what I mean. It was all very like I thought there was a specific scenario that happened to that person that caused that one-off, 1 in a million event. But like, no, apparently you can just fucking
no. But you got to have chemicals nearby. It was like, well, hold on. Like,
it's.
Agree. It was very convenient that happened.
I
didn't.
I mean, I can go with it because the tone of the film was light, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But
Luke, were you awake enough to see the second Barry Allen's Flash costume is just an old Batman costume spray painted red with the ears cut off?
Yes.
That was pretty good. Also, the scene at the start with the babies was fucking hilarious. People are also shitting on that because I mean, the CGI in this film is terrible.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Use real babies?
I don't care.
I loved it.
It was
I
funny
was
enough
all in.
sequence that I was like, yeah, okay, the babies look stupid, but that's fine.
Yeah. Put
Funny.
one in a microwave.
In the microwave, yeah. But,
But
just
also-
that shot where he's looking around and one baby's got fucking knives flying at it.
Yeah.
I should be did this every
Right, I need to go see that part.
insane scenario.
Oh, Luke, it's the best scene in the movie. And yes, it looks silly. But here's the thing.
They're increasing
Movies,
ridiculous.
that's what movies look like now. Like if you had to sum up what movies in 2023 look like, they look like video games from 2011. You know, like that's just what movies look like
It
now.
really does feel like the CGI in movies has taken a step back and it's gotten better in TV shows now.
We talked. I think we talked about this with Ant-Man. Apparently the CGI on Ant-Man Quantumania is a bit shit, but that was because they took all the resources off it put them on Wakanda Forever, and they never got enough time to finish it. So the reason that movie, apparently, I haven't seen it, looks a bit shit is because of that.
I have no desire to see either that or Wakanda Forever. So
I don't care about any of the Marvel movies.
no.
I've seen them all. They're on Disney Plus.
Have you watched Secret Invasion, Luke?
Not yet.
Yeah.
No,
Me neither.
I haven't either.
I want Loki. I want Loki season 2 already.
I feel like
Maybe.
it feels to me like I know it's different because we've talked about this, like there was Endgame and all that kind of stuff and it ended, but to me it feels like I had a kid and I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's more to it, but that's
They've
what
changed.
that was the cutoff basically. I watched the Endgame and then I had a baby and I was like, I'm done with this shit.
Oh, I thought you meant that the Marvel films were your child and now they've grown up and you barely recognize
No, what I
them
mean is, just the timing was like
now.
Endgame.
Drew a line in the sand.
They finished that storyline and then now I have a daughter and I just don't have time for it. So
Well,
I'm like,
it did sort of work out well because now you don't have
got
time to
they
go to
got
movies
really
as much.
shit
But the
after that.
movies, there's the movies haven't really been as good as they were leading up to that. They sort of did
100%.
drop off. Like there's been good ones like Guardians I enjoyed, but there's still been lacking. There's
watch Guardians 3.
No, I still haven't either.
I gotta watch that.
I think
I actually
partially.
saw spoilers because I was stupid enough to watch James Gunn on the Inside of You podcast, and I know some things that happen because
Sure.
he
They're
just
not really spoiler-heavy movies, though, are they? Like, there's no
well.
Shyamalan twists, or is there?
Oh, no.
Don't tell me that because I don't know.
there's one thing I quite like that they did in that movie, but I'm not allowed to say.
No, what they did to Lloyd Kaufman is disturbing.
There's one storyline that I actually quite like in it and how they played that off.
Does it involve Kamora?
It may.
Oh, see, so now it's a video podcast, so you're gonna have to get Kimura out again.
Oh, yeah. While you're getting
Don't
Kamora
pretend you
out.
don't know where she. Oh, she's right.
Oh, she's right there.
There. What is she in?
The little she came in
It's,
a
in
little.
it's one of those bags you put in the washing machine so you
So
can
you
wash
came in
things.
her,
You
she
wash your
came in that
delicacies.
bag.
Here we go. Kimura.
Yeah,
Finger it.
that
Finger
is.
it.
No, don't. We're gonna get that.
Yeah, then we'll get banned.
YouTube is not gonna like that. YouTube's not
Get in
gonna
a
like.
pool. Get in a pool.
I actually wondered. I watched the premiere of a video live last week, and I was with new eyes listening to us. That doesn't make any sense, but I was like, I wonder if YouTube is going to allow this.
Yeah, no, but I'll keep us online for that. I watch a lot of stuff, and I see stuff that gets censored and stuff, and we're okay.
A lot of stuff doesn't. A lot of people don't even swear on YouTube.
Our old stuff wouldn't fly.
We swear a lot.
Yeah, but we don't try to monetize. People don't swear because they don't want to demonetize.
Oh, okay,
not because YouTube don't allow it.
okay, that's fair. So
Yeah,
we
Doesn't swear on YouTube.
got no hope of that. So never mind.
Oh, we
No,
might.
exactly.
You never know.
Well, you can't show the Kimura.
No, that might get us monetized.
I want to quickly mention 3 films that I watched this week.
3 films.
They are the Mission Impossibles 1 through 3, and I will watch 4 through 6 for next week.
I'm going to do that. I just can't nail the Jenna down to it.
Well, I don't force anyone to watch them with me. That's the trick. You have to watch them at your own time.
That's fair.
I assumed my wife would want to watch this, and I'm like, Mission Impossible. She's like, on your own. I'm like, okay, sure. Mission Impossible 1. I'm just going to give a really quick wrap up. Mission Impossible 1, one of the best espionage movies ever made.
And was
It
made
is.
to be a standalone movie, wasn't it? It was just a
Yes, and it very much is as well. Like, it's not. It's just a great adventure spy movie. It's so good. Number 2 is fucking garbage. Now, if you have nostalgia for this movie, you probably still like it. But it is style over substance for a style that did not age well.
Yeah, John Woo.
Like, it takes itself so seriously. Someone goes to pick up a pen and they do it in slow motion. It's there's nothing to it's
Doves.
only
It's John Woo. There's got
nothing
to be
like-
the slow motion doves.
yeah. But here's the thing: like, I was over John Woo doing that before he did it for this. Do you know what I mean? Like, his last couple of Chinese movies, I was like, come on,
Yeah.
like,
I
settle
feel
down.
like Face Off is the quintessential John Woo movie.
yes.
Yeah, but Face Off doesn't take itself seriously. It
No.
leans into the camp. This does it like you're supposed to go, fucking yeah, white doves. Like, it's not good. Number 3 is an absolute return to form. J.J. Abrams brings it home. And clearly, I'm not the only one who didn't like Mission Impossible 2, because you know when there's a 180-degree turn to the next one, it's because they went, we can't make another one of them. But the funniest thing about these movies is watching what they think is the best technology at the time be used.
Sure.
So in the first one, no one even has cell phones. No one.
Yeah.
In the second one, cell
Really,
phones
was that
are like
long ago?
part of the mid-90s. Cell phones weren't a thing, right?
Oh yeah, because we were watching an episode of Angel the other day, and they were making phone calls, leaving voicemails, and I was like, "Remember that?
Yeah.
That was quite nice."
The funniest
actually.
thing, though. So mid-90s, like, the internet is very,
96.
very new at this point, right? So there's a scene where Tom Cruise he's gone rogue, because I think he goes rogue in every single one. You should not trust
Can't
this
call him
guy.
one. That's his thing.
It's like, can you do the mission, and can you promise me you
Ethan
won't
Hunt's
go
gone
rogue this
rogue.
time?
Ugh.
Oh, that's what he does, mate. This is on you if you've hired Ethan for this, because we know he goes rogue. But all the handlers are fucking corrupt too. So I mean, can you blame him?
Yeah.
Anyway, he has
Surprised
learned.
they get anything done.
He has learned that there is a spy called Max. That's all he knows, right? Spy
Max.
called Max, right? So there's an extended montage of him trying to track down this spy using the technology at the time, which was this emergent thing called the internet, right?
Ooh.
He opens up Netscape and
I
types in
remember
the
Netscape.
word internet, right?
That's good.
Which brings up another prompt into which he types, now I'll just remind you what he's searching for, a spy called Max. He
Yep.
types in max.com. Assuming, I guess, that there's only one spy called Max.
And
And he's got his own
advertises on
website.
the website.
you need a spy.
Then
Go to max.com.
That's right. Then, and that brings up nothing, right? Doesn't exist. Nothing's there. That's not even a website yet. It's so early days.
He can get that domain.
No one named Max. I know, right?
There's no way there's nothing there. Go on.
He then thinks maybe he looks into his bookcase and he sees the Holy Bible, right, sitting there on his bookshelf, and thinks maybe there's a clue in the Bible. So he then types in the word Bible, right, and it comes up. And I want to be absolutely.
It's how Tom Cruise uses the internet.
That's right.
Yeah,
The internet.
plumber.com.
I had a plumber
It's
named
cool in the
Jeff.
Bible.
I'll just type in jeff.com and hopefully I'll see it. I want to get this exactly right. He then types in... no, I've lost it. He types in Bible and it comes up 250 results.
250.
And he goes, oh, like, given up. I'll never find it. There are 250 websites that mention the Bible.
Stuff. I've been trying to find it, actually. Yeah, I'll mention that after this.
You're trying to find what? The Bible?
I'm trying to find a movie. Yeah, but no, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's
if I
it.
search
That's
for the
it.
Bible
That's
now-
how you use the internet in
No, how does he
1996.
find Max on the internet?
Oh, do you want to know how he finds?
I don't
Max?
remember.
Okay,
When did this movie
he
come
goes
out?
to 1996.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 3 came out in 1996.
No.
No, that's the first. This is
First
one.
one.
This is the first
Oh,
one.
it's the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, number 3 is like 2004 or something like that.
I was going to say. That's the one, the first one with Simon Pegg, right? The third one?
Third one, Simon Pegg. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. The first that number 3 is since they've started making them. Jason Bourne has come out and the new Bond has come out, so they're basically riffing on both of them
Yeah.
in ways
Right.
they didn't in the original.
If you search for the Bible now, you get 1.5 billion results.
Okay, so how he finds it is that he actually writes to each of these 256 web pages
You're kidding.
and says,
I'm such an
I'm
idiot.
looking for Max.
Max.com is HBO Max. Of
Oh.
course it is.
Wow.
I've been looking at it this
No,
week.
Matt,
Starting
it's a
motion.
spy named Max.
Like, it was very, very early viral marketing. They knew this was going to happen, even though it's on Paramount.
Yes. Who have no tricks.
I've been trying to find a movie. All I know is when I was a kid, there was a movie on TV in Australia that I taped.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things I know about this movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
go.
At the beginning, there's a guy who is in jail and he gets out of jail by starting a fire in his cell and he gets burned, taken to the hospital wing, and then escapes somehow.
Okay, yeah.
I remember that that's a thing.
That sounds familiar, yeah.
And then I remember that he wants to find it's either his son or some other young boy that he wants to find for some reason.
Let's say it's his son.
I think it's his son. And then I remember that at the end, because obviously they're trying to find the cops are trying to find this guy. There's a scene where because he wants to tell his son something, I guess, or give him some information, or he's innocent, but he's trying to
Don't
prove
start a fire in a jail cell. You'll get burned.
And there's a scene where the cops are trying to find him, and it's him and the kid, and they're in an upside down canoe in a lake, right? Because there's
Like
an
in the air bubble.
Yeah. That's all I remember. And I just, for some reason, I've remembered this. I've vivid visual memory of scenes in
I've
this
100% seen that movie. I don't know what it is though, but those
I don't know
all
if it's
those
some
scenes.
Australian film that no one's going to know, some obscure film that was on TV in the 80s or 90s.
You know who you should ask is Craig Anderson.
Yeah, you asked Craig.
Yeah, you're right. I should.
He has seen every movie.
Yeah. He's
'Cause
probably
I
got
know- I'm pretty sure I've seen that, but
Oh yeah,
for some
he'll
reason in my
say,
head,
"Do you want to borrow
there's-
it on video?"
Yeah, in my head, they're separate movies.
the two that I just mentioned.
Yeah,
It's the same movie. I'm sure of it. I just don't remember what it is. And I think maybe I watched it at school.
so it definitely moved from like
Oh.
80s, 90s.
I could be wrong about that, but I don't. Yeah. Anyway, listeners, if this rings any bells, write in podcast at
So
multipleorgasm.com.
if it's in school, so the latest this movie could have come out would be like 96, I'd say.
Oh, way earlier than that. I'm pretty sure this is when I was in primary school. I watched this,
Primary school, so
which actually
definitely
rules that,
80s.
doesn't it? Because there's no way we watched a movie like that when I was in primary school.
Not at your primary school, mate.
No, not my primary school. Kindle and Christian school.
Yeah, I don't think they showed Jailbreak where someone sets themselves on fire.
I don't think we had TVs at that school.
I know we didn't have TVs in my primary school.
We had
My first
one
primary
TV
school.
at my primary school in a room called the AV room.
Oh yeah.
Which,
Of course.
was just a room with a TV in it.
And you could maybe we could roll it out into other rooms if it was required.
Not at this school. Not at this school.
You went into that room.
You had to, if you wanted to watch something, you went to the AV room. The next school had that thing. They also had a computer, which was, I can't remember if it was an Apple II or a Macintosh.
Oh yeah.
But it was one of those.
We had Apple IIs at the primary school.
I suspect it was Apple II.
Remember the logo?
We had, you could rent time to go and spend time with that. You couldn't play any games. You couldn't do anything on it.
The Apple II we had at primary school had logo on it where you move the little turtle whose name and then make them draw shapes. And then it also had one of the Mickey Mouse adventure games. Something about Mickey Mouse in space or something. Mm-hmm. One of those.
That logo drawing game was you because there was no. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't draw with the mouse like you would draw with Microsoft Paint. Yeah, you gave
forward
commands,
5, turn left, step forward 10.
Yeah, like essentially like an Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah.
Yep.
So we had there was because people draw squares, like that's the easiest shape to draw with that, right? But as we had a competition, could somebody draw a circle? Could you come up with the commands to draw a circle using that?
Speaking of computers, when we were kids, are we doing Geek of the Week in the after party?
Oh, we can do it now.
We can do it now.
There's nothing that says we
Who
have
do
to
we
go
got?
to the after party.
Man, this one hits pretty hard, I've got to say. Well, we don't have to start. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We'll start with it.
Yeah, we're here. Do it.
Kevin Mitnick died. You guys know Kevin Mitnick? You do?
Not personally.
I don't know him by name. No.
Remember in the 90s, you must remember this. We were all going, free Kevin, free Kevin.
Free Kevin.
Remember that? Kevin Mitnick. The hacker
Okay,
that the movie Hackers is based on.
Yes,
that
right.
Infinite movies are based on.
That he was like the first person
This book,
convicted
guys.
of a computer crime, right?
Read this book. Takedown. This is the account of how he was caught. Yeah, he was made an example of because he was one of the OG hackers in the US, sent to prison, and everyone was like, he didn't really do it. He called himself a white hat hacker. So what he used to do was, they claimed that he stole a bunch of money. What he said was, I'll give it back. I'm just trying to tell people you need to fucking do better.
Yeah, show you that this can be done. Yeah.
Did he give it back?
I mean, I think so. And until he died, like, a couple of days ago, his company, KnowBe4, we work with them at my work. They help you find, like learn how to
vulnerabilities,
find hackers and phishing emails and that kind of stuff. We have to do this training, and I'm watching training videos with him in them. Like, this guy's been part of my life since I was a fucking kid. So it's a bummer.
Oh, yeah. And how did he pass?
Pancreatic cancer.
Oh, that's awful.
And he didn't take anybody with him, Luke. So you can't disqualify him on that basis.
No, but it's quite sad. His partner's pregnant with their first child.
That sucks. That really sucks.
So so this is the book about how he got caught. It's called Takedown. This is a kind of an exciting semi kind of fictionalized account. He's got a bunch of other books which I also have. The Art of Deception is one, because the thing he was most known for was he was less known as like a hacker, but more of a social engineer. So that scene in Hackers where he calls up the company and he says, "Oh, I'm working on this file and I need to connect to the modem. Can you read me the number off the modem on your end?"
Yes.
And I'll connect it. That's the kind of stuff he used to do. More of the social engineering stuff.
Yeah, okay. So it wasn't. Look, this is a tough one. Because I need to know if he did anything wrong when he did the hacking.
Oh, it's all
did he return the money? Did he...
Well, he went to prison for quite a while, so he almost returned the money whether he wanted to or not. I guess I can't say for sure whether he... I mean, I'm sure we could find out. but probably not in a timely
Probably
manner.
now.
Not
Look,
by asking him.
I should have done.
who else do we have while I think about this?
All right.
Yeah. So actually, there's one that I didn't know until I saw this in here today, Matt.
Yeah. Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett's died.
I know that name.
Yeah, you do. You know this old crooner. Even if you've just seen him crooning with the likes of Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yes, I know him.
Tony Bennett. I don't even know how to describe Tony Bennett. It's kind of like, I think of it as like lounge music almost. Like probably not accurate, but
he's like Sinatra adjacent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Richard Cheese adjacent.
Richard Cheese adjacent, yeah.
Like I left my heart in San Francisco. Cold heart.
Yeah.
He had a good run.
Oh yeah.
Breaking the Guinness World Record for the oldest person to release an album of new material.
All right.
Wow.
So yeah, did he take anyone with him? 96.
96. What did he die of? Just old age.
I'd say
I think it was just 96. They just don't worry about figuring out what he was 96. What do you want from him?
Oh no, shoot out with the police. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Suicide.
Well,
and the third one, Jane Birkin died this week. She is a French actress from the 60s.
Oh, I did know this. Yeah.
She is you would have seen a poster for an old movie by Michelangelo Antonioni called Blow Up, which is a guy standing over a girl taking a photo of her lying on the floor.
Yeah, okay.
Very famous cover. That's her lying on the floor. She's the mother of Charlotte Gainsbourg, the actress.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And she also was a singer, and as you know, most of those were just generally speaking entertainers. I mean, she died this week too. Nothing dramatic. She was just old as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think she died. She had cancer, I think.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, not a tragic cancer like Kevin Mitnick. He was 40-something years old.
No,
she was in her 80s or.
Yeah. Mitnick was 59. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, she had diagnosed with leukemia 16 years ago and received round-the-clock care at her home since suffering a stroke in 2021.
Oh wow.
All right, this is a tough one this week. You haven't given me anyone that I can just rule right out.
No.
But if I'm going to go geek, look, I'm going to assume that Kevin was a good hacker.
Mm-hmm.
That
Sure.
was
Like good noble, you mean?
good noble hacker.
Yes.
Yes.
I promise you, in his later life, at least, he was.
Yes.
He literally helps people fight against this stuff. Well,
I do know that there
For
are
a
good
fee.
ones out there that are, hey,
All right, Dan.
yeah, you've got this problem, you might want to plug this hole type of stuff. So I'm going to go Kevin
Whoa.
because he likes to plug holes.
Jane Birkin was in the original Death on the Nile, which is coming out again now as a remake and looks pretty good.
Wait, Death on the
And,
Nile's coming out again?
Yeah,
Not the
it is.
Ken
No,
Frank.
it's Death in Venice. I think in Death in Venice.
Oh. I mean, she's certainly better looking than Kevin Mitnick, but
Wait, it was Death. Was it Death on the Nile that was?
that's the one with Gal Gadot and...
Yeah. But it's the Poirot, right?
Yeah, with Kenneth
Yeah.
Branagh.
So there's another Poirot coming out. But it's not Death on the
There is.
Oh,
There's the one with the
making all of them.
is the one that's coming out. With David Suchet did it on the TV show.
Nile. Sure. Yeah.
What's the name? The
It's not
Poirot movie.
Venice.
It might be A Haunting in Venice.
Haunting in Venice.
Haunting
That's
in
it.
Venice.
That's it.
Haunting in
Have you
Venice.
seen the poster for that? It's one of the best film posters I've seen, and I think it's completely misrepresentative of the kind of camp mystery movie that it is.
No, Haunting in Venice trailer. Let me have a poster.
Poster.
Image.
Ooh, with them all standing around.
No, there's one. It's not
Was there
even
a
coming up yet.
skull
Yeah, but there's one
with
I
lipstick
saw
and
it
a...
when Yeah, it's like a skull painted up like a commedia mask.
Oh,
It looks like the most fucking goth thing ever.
it won't be.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Like it's misrepresentative of the kind of movie that it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, those movies are pretty good.
I haven't seen any, but I know they would be.
Ooh,
You see that? That's
Yes,
so. That's
no.
when.
yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah, same, right? Yeah.
But then
I mean,
you'd
I
be
will watch it.
disappointed,
Don't get me
but-
wrong. I will watch it.
Yeah,
But you really think going in and think you're seeing a different movie though.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Jane Birkin was also in a movie called How to Do Well When You're a Jerk and a Crybaby.
I saw another movie this week. I've decided I'm going to the movies every Wednesday now,
Oh, wow.
even if there's nothing to watch.
Did you see? Yeah, go on. What'd you see?
Transformers.
Oh, and...
Oh, did you?
I think
No, wait.
Rise of
Wait.
Scheiss Beast.
Audience, if you want to hear what Luke thought of Transformers, patreon.com/multiple orgasm.
Oh yeah, look
Meet
at
us in the after party and find out what Luke thought of that cinematic masterpiece.
Yep. Did I cry? Did I not?
I cried a bit in The Flash, I must admit.
Did you?
Yeah,
I cried in
got
the
a
last
dead
Transformers
mum,
movie
so-
I saw.
When
Before
he
this
came
one.
back and saw her at the supermarket
Oh yes.
and had to take the fucking
Yeah, take the
tomatoes
tomatoes
out
out
of
of-
her cart so that she would be killed.
Yeah.
Got me.
That'd be
Yeah.
a tough
I
thing to
was like,
do.
are they going to make it so that he has to go back and kill her himself? Because that's
Jesus. Well,
No,
yeah, 'cause they never dealt with who killed her,
yeah, we
right?
have no idea what happened. What we don't know what actually happened.
Oh
We don't know
God,
what-
that'd be dark, wouldn't it?
That's what I don't know, man. I don't know.
My
That's up there
God.
with the Indiana Jones where he
I was
has to
gonna
go and
say.
save Hitler.
Yeah.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.